Good morning. Okay, we're getting things ready. I forgot for a second that we do this on Instagram too. So we got to get the Instagram people up so we can do this. So many things, so little time. Grab your coffee cup. Grab your coffee. We're going to connect on this Saturday morning. Welcome to Virtual Coffee Club. I'm going to give you a sec to get situated. I'm going to move this way a little bit. And yeah, here you have it. Loud things are happening. Life is good. Grab your cup of coffee and let's have a Saturday morning chin wag. I don't know. Does anybody even say chin wag anymore? I don't think so. But retro is cool. So perhaps retro terms. We could bring back a few while we wait for people, those who are here. Say good morning in the comments, but maybe share one of those favorite retro sayings or retro terms that pops into your mind when I say chin wag. What do you think? What else comes to your mind? I know there's something. I was trying to think of what else. Lollygag. That's an old term too, right? The berries. Yep. Good morning, Suzanne. How was your shopping trip in Cochrane? That place looks amazing. Suzanne posted a couple of pictures of some Christmas llamas from the garden center in Cochrane on my page last night. And now she makes me want to drive all the way to Cochrane to do some shopping today. Good morning, Liz. We're just having a giggle while we wait for people to join us on the show this morning. I said, let's have a Saturday morning chin wag. And then I got thinking, man, there's a term I haven't heard in a really long time, a chin wag. So in the spirit of retro being cool now, what's an old saying or an old phrase or an old word that pops into your mind when I say chin wag? Doug said the berries. I also said lollygag. What else? I know they're out there. There's lots of them. So as you think of them, feel free to throw them into the comments this morning. Why not? What? Let's have a giggle. Let's have a giggle. Well, welcome to Virtual Coffee Club. You may be new to checking us out as we are on a few new platforms and people are starting to share the videos in their social media circles, and I'm grateful for that. This Virtual Coffee Club was created to have a space where we can continue to connect on a daily basis, to continue to share a cup of coffee with somebody in a safe and easy way, and also a place to create community together. So that's why we started this months and months ago in the beginning of March. And we've toyed with different times of day, frequency, all that kind of stuff. We've settled on a daily chit chat at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. These, of course, stay online when we're not live. So for those of you who have busier schedules and you can't tune in live with us every day, you can join the conversation when it works for your schedule. So welcome to it. If you do catch this video later and you're not live with us, still please post in the comments like you are a part of us live, and we will continue that conversation. That's what it's for. Darlene's here. Good morning, sweetheart. Mom's here. Hi, Mom. Suzanne said the Christmas Garden Center. The words on a Saturday morning was great yesterday. So we're having a little giggle. If you've just joined us I started off this morning with saying, let's have a chin wag. And so a bit of a giggle on what are some old terms that you could share. Mugwump. What the heck's a mugwump? This I don't know. That's from my own mother. I've never heard you say that. I don't know what a mugwump is. So yeah, share in the comments a little bit about if you have a retro term or saying that pops into your mind. You know, when you hear something and you're like, man, I haven't heard that in ages. Now, the thought that was on my mind this morning is I wanted to have a bit of conversation around mostly to remind ourselves about one of my favorite words ever created, and it's only 3 letters, and it's called fun. I wonder, I was reading something this morning about putting fun in all we do. And I wonder if there's times as people, as humans, something you do personally, something we do societally, if that's even a term, do we limit the amount of fun that we put into things? Now, I am of the philosophy personally that everything can be fun, and that if you aren't having fun in what you're doing, I would question why you're doing it. And I suppose we could have a conversation around when fun wouldn't be appropriate, but I'm not sure when I think of it right now, and feel free to prove a scenario to me, but I don't know where there's a scenario where you couldn't have some sort of element of fun put into whatever you're dealing with. Do you agree with me on that? Do you think I'm wildly out to lunch? Do you think maybe just sometimes? What does that look like or feel like to you when I say that? And I'm wondering if there's this sort of limiting of fun thing, because I've run into it, interestingly, in different lines of work over the years. And I see it in, I think when there's things that are really serious, people take out the humor and the fun and they stick to the serious. And I'm not sure as people, we relate to and can digest that as easily as if it was said to us more lightheartedly. Now, I get that there are important messaging and serious things to be had with, I mean, even if we use this pandemic as an example, but would you not have felt, and again, not that I want to spin fun or lighthearted into people who are suffering from this right now, my heart goes out to you. I have heard from several friends who have had COVID, and it is not an easy ride. For some it is, but for a good chunk of people in my circle, they had a pretty hard go with this illness. There are people who have died from this, and my heart goes out to those families because nothing is worse. And so I'm not trying to say in any way, shape, or form that we should have more fun with that, but could we? And not fun with the illness part, and not fun with the death part. Okay, I'm not completely insensitive, but if we had messaging that was a little bit more fun, that we had a little bit more humor infused into, would that not feel easier to digest, do? And I mean, the fear factor has worked for some, but it doesn't work for everybody. And then I wondered, are we limiting? Do we feel like because we know there are people who are suffering from this, because we know there are people who have passed away or could, do we think that we don't deserve to have fun during this time frame? And so do we limit that? Are you with me on this? Am I totally out to lunch today? Give your comments put your comments in the comments. You know what I'm saying. It's Saturday morning, guys. Nobody's lit up with the greatest brain power on a Saturday morning. I'm only halfway through this cup of tea. But I'm curious to know what you think. I'm curious if you think you limit your fun, if you think we should, if you think there's something that shouldn't be. Should we add more fun? What does fun look like to you? What does that word mean to you? Let's have a convo about it. Okay, we're going to learn also what mugwump is. So my grandma would say mug on one side and wump on the other. I still don't understand. Wait. Scott's here this morning. Hi, Scott. I don't know. But that's my thought about fun this morning. Or if you got something else on your mind today, this is your opportunity to share it. Let's have a little conversation around it. Last night in the community that I live in would have been our annual High River Santa Claus Parade. The past several years, more than I can count on one hand, I have had the amazing opportunity to be a part of that committee and the evening. And so we have emceed the pre-parade party that we would have downtown, and we'd bring in a big stage and tons of music, and we would bring in special guests and fun, and we've brought singers down before and different people, and we would officially light up the park and then host our Santa Claus parade. And for the last several years, I've been able to commentate said parade also. And so this year has felt so strange because we did not, of course, have that opportunity or wanted to bring large groups of people together for the sake of COVID. But what I loved is that the committee continued to find a way to add fun into something. So what they did was they created a virtual parade. So it's a great YouTube video. I've shared it on my personal social media on Facebook if you would like to check it out. If you haven't already, if you're from another community, would love you to check it out. It brings all kinds of smiles and Christmas joy. And just a big round of applause, a big shout out and kudos to the group that put that together this year. They wanted to ensure that there was still Christmas joy happening for the community. So that was really cool. And it was fun to watch it. And it made, I think all of us felt like it's such a tradition in our community that it was hard to miss it. It was really hard to miss it this year because I feel like this year more than ever, we really could have used that pick me up yesterday. So it was hard, right? It was hard not to have that, but people still found an opportunity to have fun. And all the Christmas lights are set up in the park in downtown High River, and you can drive through and experience the wonder of Christmas and the lights. And there's so many houses that are taking part in the Light Up High River contest, and an opportunity to win some bragging rights for your home being decorated for the holidays. And I don't know if it's just because I'm more in tune with looking this year or what, but it feels like more houses are decorated than ever have been before. And it's amazing. What's it like in your community? Do you have a lot more people partaking in decorating their homes for the holidays? That's adding some fun in a time when it feels not so fun. What does that look like in your community? I would love to hear. But it was interesting. It was interesting. Yeah, to go through that without it, if that makes any sense at all. Anyway, I think there's lots of communities that are still trying to hold on to some of their different traditional pieces for the holidays and celebrating no matter what that looks like, and remembering to bring everyone alongside in those celebrations, right? Everybody feels differently during this time of year. So just being mindful to include all the people you can, different people in your neighborhood, checking in on people. Oh, right. Liz says there's a Christmas tree festival also happening downtown where different people have decorated Christmas trees, and you can walk through this Christmas tree festival at the venue. Thank you for reminding me, Liz. I've got a few messages about that. It looks absolutely fantastic. So what's happening in your community? Share in the comments the things that are happening in your community, holiday version or not. But what are some of those fun things? Nobody's given me their opinion on whether we limit our fun or not, but perhaps someone will be brave enough to share that conversation. I'm curious to know, if I'm way off the mark or what. Daryl's with us on Instagram today. Hi, Daryl. Welcome to Virtual Coffee Club. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this Saturday morning. Whether you agree or disagree with my conversation we've had on fun today, I hope that you will remember to continue to add fun into everything that you do. And if you're doing something that you're not either getting joy or fun from, should you continue with that? Darlene says that her and Jim use the word levity when it comes to lightening things up during the low times. Those moments you change the energy in a good way. Yeah, adding a little levity. I like it. Amber's joining us on Instagram now. Good morning, Amber. Welcome to Virtual Coffee Club. We're having a conversation today about, do we put limits on the amount of fun we do in our lives, and should we be increasing that? Amanda shares that they're trying to keep the fun and spirit alive. They take hot chocolates with us and go look at the lights all over town. And they're going out. I see on your social media, they go out for family walks at night and share pictures and Christmas lights. That's pretty cool. And I think that if we've ever been told you can't have fun, I think that's wrong. I think we can add a little bit and an appropriate amount and level whenever that works. I really do think that. I think as humans, we relate to that so much more. If you think about, here's an example. If you think about the amount of things that tend to go viral or get shared the most, usually, I mean, sometimes there's something sad or serious that goes a little bit viral, but most of the time, the things that people want to share and want to keep going are the things that make them laugh or smile, right? Something that's bringing them a piece of joy. I don't get sent countless memes. I don't think memes were made even for unhappy things, but I don't get sent countless jokes and memes and things from people that aren't funny. Right? People want to share the something funny. People want to share and be a part of something when you laugh, right? Nothing feels better than that moment when you have a belly laugh, right? That hard from your core belly laugh. And it can be during something serious. I mean, someone might argue, what comes to mind? Funerals, I guess, would be an example, which maybe is a bad one to talk about. But I like to see it as a celebration of life. I like to see when you have that opportunity that you should celebrate and bring fun to what that person brought to your life, what they did in their community, how they were in everything they did, and celebrate and have fun with that. Yes, it's tragic that somebody passes, 100%. That is not what we love to experience, but it's an inevitable goal. So couldn't we add more joy to that? If when the time comes for me, friends, I want you to have an outrageous party. And I want crazy music and wild fun and, I don't know, fill the room with llamas and alpacas. Do what you got to do. Just, have fun. And I don't know, maybe that's a weird analogy on a Saturday morning. I'm in an interesting headspace today. But I just wanted to remind you that just because we are in another stage of lockdown, wherever you are in the world, those stages look different, doesn't mean you can't continue to have some fun. And we need to have fun through this time frame. Look at the two guys that we had on yesterday morning for our Fun Friday. Jim and Terry continue to have fun. Yes, they have days where they're not having fun. And we didn't dive really heavy into, if you listen to the podcast that I've done with each of them, you'll hear more of their story. But Jim, who was on the show with us yesterday, has pancreatic cancer. And he was given, I think when he first got diagnosed, he was given a year. That was 4.5 years ago. And Terry, who was on the show, suffers from Parkinson's disease and has really found that has changed his life. Both of those men continue to share love, to be joyful, to find fun in everything they do. Like they were cracking joke. Like they are funny guys and they continue to find fun in everything they do. And they even went to for that walk yesterday afternoon that they talked about yesterday morning and tagged me in the post. Like, we had cookies, Jody. Like, you really should have made it to the walk. So they're continuing to have fun in a time when they could easily turn that off, right? So I don't know. I think it's important. I think adding humor and joy and fun is essential. It's essential. Mike's here. He says it's Saturday, y'all. Loves the weekend. Liz says we use the term chocoto as an expression for silly behaviors. Did I say that right, Liz? I still got to brush up on my Spanish lessons. Darlene says humor and joy are the words we seem to be attracted to, but I think we're talking about fun. Well, when there's humor and there's joy, you're having fun. And maybe it's people's definition of fun that is something that makes that a little bit more limiting. I don't know. But some food for thought on this Saturday morning is, are you limiting the amount of fun that you have in your life? Getting an email. Are you limiting that fun? Are you remembering to add fun? And what does that look like for you? And hopefully you will add a little bit more fun. It's good. All right. Well, I'm going to leave you to the rest of your Saturday fun. Hopefully you have a fabulous day. Make sure you get out, enjoy. I know if you're in Southern Alberta, we are having absolutely beautiful weather. Thank you, universe. It could stay here all day, all month long would be awesome. But wherever you're watching from today, I hope you have an incredible Saturday. Thank you for coming to be a part of Virtual Coffee Club. We will see you back here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time and look forward to seeing you then. Bye, everybody.